And I felt like that 12 was coming up like it do in the Bible. And so it's talking about 12, like the 12 apostles. 12 wearing 12. Shedeur wearing 12, and Travis Hunter wearing 12, and 12 days. Like, I mean, that number 12, and it's also 12 is reverse 21. That's Coach Prime. No, gang to the gang, the gang. Didn't know if I would be able to do an episode this week of podcast. So I had a little time while I was outside walking on a break, and I just wanted to tap in with the community and just check on everybody's mental health. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit going on right now with our boy, Shedeur. They're trying to backdoor Lil Joe with him. And everybody feels some type of way about that.
The Browns is just a fuck up, man. From the inside of this shit, from the GM to the owner, This is a shit show. Joe Flacco is number one, which we expected. Kenny fucking Pickett cannot see cover 2 or 3.
And then they listed Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, Tyler Huntley, and Deshaun Watson all at number 3. What do you think is going to happen with Shedeur?
Hopefully they put him on practice squad and fucking he get the fuck out of there.
And just seeing, all right, well, was Shedeur, did he impress me more? Did I watch it and go, that's an NFL quarterback compared to watching Dylan play? And I think if you use that evaluation, Shedeur looked better. It's like, okay, he's making plays out of nothing. He's putting the ball on the money. He didn't turn the ball over. All those things worked. But I think the way that, NFL teams and the Browns specifically might evaluate a quarterback, I think there was a lot more things to look at from Dylan to say this was cleaner football. But yes, the pick six, the turnovers, that aside, which I get, I'm not just throwing those away, but like,
is this nigga serious?
And I know my boy Bug said, Shedeur built like that. He built for this. And I believe that. I know Coach Prime got his kids, and not just his biological kids, but even the ones that played for him. He got them mentally strong and mentally tough to be able to deal with anything. And, so I do know that Shedeur will be okay, no matter where he is on the depth chart.
The Browns wanted Kenny Pickett to battle 40-year-old Joe Flacco. That's their answer at quarterback. And they drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round and then put through the Shedeur, the most popular player in the draft, they threw in the 5th round, and they say it's a value pick. When they say it's a value pick, the value is what? You're not giving him a chance to start. You're not. They won't even let him play the ones in practice. Why did they draft him? Why?
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
But I really just wanted to say we have to stop the slander. My bad. We have to stop this slander on 12 and not taking no shots at Gabriel. But he didn't play better than 12. And I know I may be biased, being a CU uncle and all, but he definitely didn't play better than 12. Not to me.
Are you fucking kidding me? Dan run out of the back of the end zone. Orlovsky, over 16 Detroit Lion, quarterback looking ass Dan Orlovsky. Shedeur had a worser outing than Dylan Gabriel, who had two turnovers, a pick six, and a fumble handoff, versus Deion Sanders, who threw 2 touchdowns and no turnovers. Yes, Dylan Gabriel moved the ball like you would like to see a rookie move the ball in a preseason game, but how do you have his performance better with 2 turnovers versus a performance that had 2 scores? Dan Orlovsky, please stop pushing a media agenda and correct
That's on life. That's on life. That's on life.
And so I'm not signed with anybody that's on that side. Stay over there on that side. As far as them keeping 4 quarterbacks and still having my boy at 4th string, that's foolishness. That's blasphemous, actually, you know what I'm saying? That's the definition of whole shit. But that's neither here nor there.
Let's call this what it is. If Shedeur Sanders was white, if Shedeur Sanders' father was a random truck driver and not Neon Deion and not Prime Time, you would not hear even a tenth of the stuff that is getting brought up about his personality, his character, his attitude leading up to this draft. Call it what it is. The NFL and its good boy network of coaches and owners and personnel cannot stand the concept of a young, confident, brash, black quarterback explaining to everybody that he knows his worth and doesn't need to impress anybody in order to be drafted. So naturally, they're going to find any and every reason to try and take this kid down a notch. You see, when Josh Rosen before his draft came out and said every team that passed on him would regret it, and when the Mannings came out and made sure that Eli would under no circumstances go to San Diego, they chalked that up to confidence in making a smart business decision. When Shedeur Sanders comes out and lets it be known that he knows his worth as a player, and his pops comes back out and says that he believes fully in his son's ability to be a great quarterback, no, we can't have that. That's overdoing it. That's doing too much. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why that is. That's called racism. So
we gotta let it all play out however it's gonna play out, you know. Don't really know how it's all gonna play out, but we definitely have to let it play out however it's gonna play out. As far as what's going on with the Buffs, I'll tell you what, Buffs got a game next week. Coach Prime had a message that I clipped up I wanted to put into this video, and I still may, about 12 days.
12? 12 days. Say 12. 12. We got 12 days before it gets real, before everything is recorded, everything is genuine, everything is everything. The stadium is going to be full. Your parents, your girlfriends, your people who you love, people who you respect are going to come to support you. We got how many days? 12 days until that happens. 12 days. You got 12 days. You probably got 7 or 6, maybe 5 days to prove to these men that are called your coaches that you're capable of doing what you desire to do. You got how many days? 12 days to be dependable, to be accountable, to hold one another to the standard that is the standard that we've created here. How many days you got? 12 days that you can't loaf no more. 12 days that you got to give it your all. 12 days that you got to really stand up and represent that name on the front of your jersey and the back of your jersey. How many days we got? 12 days that your family members are depending on you, that they gonna fly way down here to see you play and praying that you play. How many days you got that you can't loaf no more? You can't get over no more. You can't sidestep your responsibility no more. You can't have a little pity party. You can't blame it on nobody else. You can't blame it on nobody but yourself. How many days we got? Do you know how minimal that is? 12 days? Some of you plan on hitting the switch that you hadn't even hit already, but you don't understand that switch ain't there. You got 12 days to unite, to come together as a team, as a staff, to understand what we represent and who we are, the culture, the standard that we've set. We got 12 darn days.
I felt like that 12 was coming up like it do in the Bible. And so it's talking about 12, like the 12 apostles. You know, 12 wearing 12. You know, Shedeur wearing 12, and, you know, Travis Hunter wearing 12, and 12 days. Like, I mean, that number 12, and it's also 12 is reverse 21. You know, that's Coach Prime's number. So that 12 seemed like it just had more meaning than what he was saying. You know, you guys got 12 days. What are you gonna do with those 12 days? But yeah, man, if you didn't hear Coach Prime's speech on the 12 days, I implore you to go find it on social media and or, you know, Well Off Media, and go check it out. It's a dope video. So another thing about the Buffs is that Trackhawk, you know, number 20, hey, looking real good. Just by my assessment of what I've seen so far, I definitely think that Trackhawk is better running back than Dillon Gabriel. No, I said Dillon Gabriel. Hey, I got Gabriel on the mind, man. There's been so many videos about Gabriel Shedeur, man. Not Gabriel. Dylan Edwards. I know we haven't said that name in a while around here in Buff Nation, but Dylan Edwards, right? And so, if he's not better, then he's Dylan Edwards reincarnated. But I think he's 2.0, maybe even 3.0. I think the season that he's gonna have, especially under the coaching that they have, I just think the running game is gonna be ridiculous.
Game day pressure. Travis on the route, chain swinging like a Tesla. Jimmy Horn got them diamonds in his teeth. Q for 6, rocking gold cleats, icy underneath. Smoke on the wrist, Coach Prime set the standard. See you boys lit, whole squad doing damage. Lajontay, Webster, route so smooth. Jay Seaton on the line, blocking in them gold shoes. K Salter flexing with that locked in stare. Juju Lewis got the pocket looking unfair.
K Salt back there running. Juju, he's mobile as well. I think, man, I'm excited to see what the CU offense do this year, as well as the defense as well. You know, because they got some dogs over there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really excited to see what's going on, how this all gonna play out. This first game against Georgia Tech, so that should be interesting. CU Aunties Spotlight. You know, I love all y'all. There is a couple comments that was going back and forth, and I may insert that clip here. I may not, but just know that Bronze Fire, once again, she's always on one of her things, you know what I'm saying? But she made some valid points, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't have a problem going back and forth with the diehard Cleveland fans. And I get it. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. I'm from Dallas. And I ride and die with the Cowboys. Not necessarily Jerry Jones, but, you know, I definitely ride or die with the Cowboys, and I can appreciate people riding with their team. But being the diehard Cowboys fan, you always have to have an alternate team in the NFC and the AFC. So you have to have somebody else to root for. So I also root for the Chiefs, and I also root for the Ravens. But now, because my nephew's on these teams, now I'm rooting for Carolina, Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for the Jaguars, you know. So I have more teams now to root for, even Green Bay. You know, we'll see if all our nephews make the 53-man roster, which I'm hoping that they do, so I can continue to support these other teams. But if not, you know, it's up. I have no reason to watch those games if my nephews are not playing. And I'm standing on business with that, for real. You know, I'll only be watching CU Buff football into the NFL playoffs, because I'm not that invested. You know, I'm not gonna be all in hoopla behind it. The people that I intend on seeing playing is not playing, so I would just move on. But anyway, man, I gotta get back in here. Shout out to everybody who watched the video. Let's keep you know, 12, like, let's keep all our nephews in our prayers, and because, you know, I'm sure they need it right now. And yeah, it's the God in the flesh, spiritual lecture, boy, MPK Beats, man. And I'm about this piece, man.
See you, we shining. See you, 2 chains on like she dope. What that mean? That mean we up for show. 2 chains on like she dope. Throw that wrist up, let it glow. 2 chains like she dope. Yeah, I'm shining like a star. Moist at night, hitting hard, shining brighter than your car. Cubics, nah, bruh. That ain't this, my shit's legit. When the lights hit this ice, it twinkle and glitz. 2 chains like she dope, flexing hard, I'm that dude. See you boys rock that bling off the field and on it too. 2 chains like she dope, 2 chains like she dope. If you only got 1 chain, I suggest you get some more. You see the wrist, you see the coach. Coach Prime built the blueprint. We just the ice on top. MPK Beats, certified boulder banger.